How's it going, everybody? I'm going to spend a few minutes just basically sharing an observation that I made yesterday. And I'm actually curious to find out from you guys if I'm just realizing this now, if this is something that people have known about for a while, or if I missed it, or if this is just maybe like a new introduction that Merch is trying. So I was looking at a couple of my newly listed products, and this is one of them. And the first thing that actually that I noticed was the price. And at first I couldn't figure out because like I would never price this shirt at 12.23. Um, it would always be about 19.99 or something like that. But but then I was thinking, what's different? I was actually using my brother's computer, who has an Amazon account. He was logged in, but he is not a Prime member. So when I started looking into this, I noticed that if you log in with an account, with a normal account, Amazon account, and you are a Prime member, you will always see this. And these are my products. I just pulled up a random design and I clicked on the brand just to show you guys. So this is how I've been viewing and seeing uh, products since I started working with merch. I have never seen a product being listed at a lower price with shipping included that would bring it to, I guess, just under the price that I was listing it at. Because keep in mind, this is my product. This is the one that's live, that I just listed not too long ago, and it's priced at 19.99. So even doing the math here, 17, 18, like it still doesn't go to 19.99. So I don't know if, for example, once you add it to cart and you process it with taxes included, I don't know what exactly would be added to make it to 19.99. Where of course, like that's the number that I use for my royalties. Uh, but it was just very curious. So I went back and I was looking through, all of my products and everything to see if it happened. And I noticed it a few times. And it was only on products that I've listed, I would say, in the last, let's say, 2 weeks. I really didn't do much in-depth research, but I did enough to actually find a few more products that were like this. And it wasn't just premium t-shirts. It was tank tops, a couple other items, but it was just interesting. So like I've said, like this is what I'm used to. So for example, that premium T-shirt, I would price it the same as my standard T-shirts, and it would be like this. It would just be, sorry, like this, but mine would be priced at 19.99. Uh, and it was just very curious. So I actually don't know if this is a benefit to us, if this is good, if this is bad. Has anybody actually known that people have bought products through this kind of pricing, and do you get the same royalties? Like there are a lot of questions that I have, right? So I'm just curious. But again, it was the first impression that I had was I was worried, like why is my shirt being listed at 12.23? Then I noticed that there is shipping. There are shipping fees. And then I started kind of looking and examining, and I was still confused. So I'm curious. Have you guys seen this before? Is it just me that's completely out of the loop here, and this is something that has been happening for a very long time, or is it new? I'm curious to hear. I'm also curious to hear what you guys think about this kind of a format when it comes to pricing, because I have tried this on my other stores, for example, through eBay and Etsy, to see if there's a conversion difference. Like for example, if there's a sales difference in listing a product for, let's say, 15.99 or something like that, and then charging $3 in shipping versus just listing it for 19.99. Uh, my my experience is that at least for my products and my setup, offering free shipping has always benefited me. But I've actually noticed a lot of extremely successful stores, especially like on Etsy, where they will do this. They will do this kind of a thing where they will actually list their t-shirts for $12 but then charge $6 in shipping. This is again just within the US. If you're going to Canada or internationally, they would charge maybe $2 or $3 additional for Canada, and then maybe $5 additional for uh, worldwide, or whatever the case might be. But just US specific, I've seen this be extremely successful, but it hasn't worked for me. So I'm just curious. That's kind of where I'm going to leave this here, because, like I said, this has actually just created a lot of questions, and I'm very curious. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if anybody else has noticed this, and I'll talk to you guys soon.